This is part 2 of my telephone interview with Calvin from the USA, an expat living in the Philippines now. Click the more information link below this video to hear the first part of the telephone interview. My notes from the interview are also at the more information link. Okay, I will play the last 30 seconds of part 1 of the interview first, so you will remember where we left off. I will show you video of our Valencia, Philippines and waterfall tour as you listen to Calvin. Okay, here is Calvin.
Because I don't have all the stress that just automatically, the minute that I step off the plane in Chicago or wherever I fly into, it starts. The United States way of life starts. The immigration, the barking.
Oh,
the whole stress thing hits you the minute you get off the plane.
Yeah.
And I just decided, I needed another way to live, see? And that's what I forgot to tell you. See, a lot of people don't realize there's another way to live. We don't have to live that way. You got other options.
Yeah.
But if you never leave your neighborhood, I mean, there's a guy over here who's been here for a long time. I don't know. You maybe want to look him up. His name is Mindanao Bob.
Uh-huh.
And one of the first articles I read about the Philippines and expats when I came here was written by him. And he was saying he came over here, I believe he was in his early 20s when he made the decision. He didn't want to go to work for somebody for 40 years. He didn't want to have a 30-year mortgage, and he didn't want to have that, American, quote-unquote, American dream.
Yeah.
And it just resonated with me because I thought, growing up in my neighborhood, that's what the American dream was. Like, if you didn't do that, then you wasn't successful.
Right. Yeah. And
now I know that, hey, it's another way to live, and I just like it so much better.
Yeah, you and me both, Calvin. Well, thank you so much for your time. We should chat again sometime. I think you've covered all the information people will be curious about. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I'm a new subscriber to your blog.
Oh, great.
One thing I want to tell people is if you can, try to learn the language the best you can. I know, and even though I've been here for 10 years, that's my only regret, really, that I haven't mastered the language because, language is so important.
Yeah.
And I think we take that for granted. We're expecting Filipinos to speak English.
Yeah, exactly.
Matter of fact, when they're in America, we expect them to speak our language.
Yeah.
And you're able to engage the people more, and, you can actually meet more people. And they have a better respect for you. I mean, just a little bit of, my wife speaks Bisaya, so just a little bit of language that I know. I mean, people really appreciate that, and
it's
try to eat. My favorite meal now is 𝐕𝐝𝐴. It's like a soup, like a Filipino dish. See, that's one thing that I didn't do for a long time. I didn't try the food. I had a closed mind about the food.
Yeah.
And it cost me a lot of money because of that.
That's right.
Once I started trying a lot of the food, I saw that I liked a lot of it. So that would be another suggestion. But, if you're looking for love, stay off those dating sites. Stay off of their social sites, their social media sites. Just come over here. Really, because it's easy. Everything's in English. You could just come over here for 2 weeks. Once the lockdown is over with, and you're going to see somebody in the mall. They're very approachable. That would be my suggestion. That would be my advice to somebody who's looking to meet a Filipino. Just stay offline because you're going to run into a lot of trouble.
That's great advice. It's really great advice. When you come to most anywhere in the world, the locals will be able to tell that you're a foreigner by your clothes or your shoes, the way you speak, and they're just fascinated by foreigners. It's true even in the U.S. if you think about it, all the people that we meet when we were kids in the U.S. that were from other countries, we were immediately interested in them. You know, they might be a clown even. We don't know that right away, but their accent and just their history, we were just curious about them. And that's what happens when you travel. People are, if you will, you have a you know, open door to almost everyone you meet, and they immediately are more accepting. So I've found that really to be the case all over the world, not just the Philippines.
Yeah, see, when I first came here, what I did was, you know, I was divorced, and, you know, I was living by myself. You know, you know, in the divorce, I gave my wife the house and all that junk. You know, I had $20,000 life savings. So my whole life changed. I was saying, I'm going to do a trip around the world. Okay, and I made a list of places that I wanted to go. I had 20,000 cash. That's all I had left to my name.
Uh-huh.
And the funny thing about it, I came to the Philippines first, and I haven't went anywhere else.
That's great.
That shows you how nice, you know, how much I like this place.
Yeah.
And, you know, how nice the people are, and how, you know, I feel welcome here. You know, you have to remember, I was in the Navy, so I've traveled all around. I've been to Africa, I've been to Israel, Italy, South America.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to all those places.
Right.
Okay, but I've never felt as welcome anywhere as I do here. You know, I really feel welcome here.
Yeah, the Filipinos are
genuine.
They're genuine people, and so you have that to start with, and then you have all this natural beauty everywhere, mountains and the oceans and beaches and rivers and waterfalls, and you don't have
Right.
you know, it's because they're these islands that have, each of them has like a big mountain in the middle of it. The people are kind of living, you know, more on the outside. Some live up the mountain or whatever, but a lot of these islands are smaller, and you don't have the huge concrete jungles unless you go into some of the bigger cities. And so it's just more of like a country or neighborhood feel to a lot of the Philippines. And it's just very beautiful physically, and on top of the culture being a very welcoming culture. So I think you lucked out really in terms of your first.
Once my lease is up, I think I'll probably be looking to move to either 𝐂𝐻𝐿's or Batayan Island, one of those small islands that I visited, because I'm living in the city now, even though it's a small city.
Yeah.
I'm living in the city, and it's not too far away if I want to go to 𝗂𝐻𝐻𝐿 Island or somewhere like that, 𝗓𝗏𝗏 or one of those places. But
yeah.
I want to actually live by the beach. And I've got a couple of months and my lease is up, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find me just a small place,
nice,
right on the beach, somewhere close to the beach.
Very
and
nice.
Live out the rest of my days. You know, I can't think of a better way to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's a great.
If I have a need to go back home,
it's a great.
I can, you know.
It's a great story, and I really appreciate it. I know the few times I've interviewed people from the various countries that I've visited, the subscribers really enjoy it, and so on their behalf, I want to thank you. I've certainly enjoyed chatting with you, and you know, thank you again for your service. And I'm happy.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate it.
And I'm happy that you.
And I appreciate what you're trying to do.
Oh, thanks. It's a labor of love, Calvin. So there's no sweat off my back doing this. I enjoy it. It's fun. I meet a lot of great people, and I go to nice places. And I think you lucked out with your first stop in the Philippines. It's a great place, and I can see why you've fallen so in love with it. So thank you again so much.
I think people don't really appreciate all of your cost of living videos, you know, until you get over here. And, you know, it's easy to be on the couch, you know, in America, and you look at your video and be like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It's a whole different ball game when you come over here. He's like, hey, this guy's got some real good information. You know,
yeah, and I think you're
following up on.
You're more like me in terms of how I'm an expat in the Philippines, and what I mean by that is just I can tell by the way you're living what your budget is. that you live more like I do. There are expats that come over here and they may only spend $700 or $800 a month to live, but then they spend another, I don't know, $600-800 a month in bars and expensive restaurants, and they're trying to live it up. You know, I don't know. It's because they're trying to recreate something or whatever. But I don't think it's, it's okay to do that. Maybe when you first get here or whatever. But I think eventually you have to calm down a little bit and get to know the locals a little better and get to know the lifestyle and try to live more like a local, just so you really get the feel of the place. And I think that might be what makes you, when I hear your story, it reminds me of myself when I travel. I try to live a little lower key and understand a little better the rhythm of the place I'm at.
Yeah, that's right. But it took some learning for me, because when I came here, I brought my American thinking with me. Cool. So when I first came here, I actually lived in a brand new condominium in Cebu City. I think I was paying just for the rent, it was like $18,000. This is in 2010. And then another $3,000 and $4,000 for electricity. And even before I got my place, I was staying in these nice hotels, because in my mind, if something was, if a 4 or 5 star hotel was like 3,000 pesos, I was like, oh man, that was a deal. I started, I put it in, I took it from pesos and put it in American dollars. I was like, oh, it was cheap, but it cost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
Only through trial and error did I realize, I said, hey, if I really want to live here, maybe I need to start living, if I'm in Rome, let me start living like the Romans.
That's right.
And I've got a real clean place. I mean, it's not a junk place. I mean, 7,000 is a lot for a normal Filipino over here.
Absolutely.
2/3.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of money, so I didn't have to spend all the money that I was spending. So, to those guys, after a while, they'll realize, that, hey, if I want to stay here, if I want to live, maybe I need to calm down. Because I stopped drinking 22 years ago. I don't drink, so that wasn't a problem.
Right.
But like I said, I do like to travel, so I go a lot of places, and that's where my extra money is. But yeah, it takes a while to get that Western thinking out of your head.
Yep.
Yeah. But I appreciate you calling, Dan, and like I said, keep doing what you're doing, because believe it or not, you always get those bashers, but for every basher, man, you got 9 people really leaning on your every word, like, man, give me some more information, because I'm really serious about, making that trip. So don't let that discourage you. Yeah, I read the comments.
Yeah, thanks, man. I don't even let the naysayers bother me, because I know that if once they got over here and spent enough time, and eventually, not all of them, but some of them are going to come around, and they'll realize the beauty and the ease of life and all the things we talked about. And so I try not to give up hope on them. I just try to stay with a positive spin and hope the best for them. And I think many of them will come around over time. But
I didn't have that when I came over here. I didn't have that. And see, it wasn't a lot of those vlogs on YouTube back in 2009 and with all the information that's on there now. See, it wasn't like that. The information I received was on message boards and, things like that. It wasn't in a whole lot of detail. So, it was really learn as I go. But see, now somebody new, they can click on YouTube and one of your vlogs or somebody's vlogs and be set.
Yeah.
I already know what to expect. I already know, what the budget's going to be, the different cities and different islands to live. So I didn't have all that. I had to learn on my own.
Yeah.
Which is part of the fun, but I mean, I wish I would have had, the thousands and thousands of dollars that I wasted, trying to be this big shot American when, they look at me, they respect me more now than they did when I was throwing away all that money.
You hit the nail on the head, and you respect yourself more now too. So, congratulations. Good for you.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dan. I know you're busy, and I appreciate you calling. And like I said, I'm going to follow and keep on watching the videos.
Thanks, Calvin. Have fun. Hopefully we'll chat again sometime.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.